WVTC Radio Detroit. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, X, and our website, www.wvtcdetroit.com, or download our WVTC app from the Play Store for Android users and the App Store for iPhone users. Thank you for tuning to WVTC Radio Detroit and the Community Bell Show with your host, former Wayne County Commissioner, Edna Bell. Stay tuned for insightful information Detroiters will find valuable. Text a friend and tell them to watch with you for news you can use. And now, your host, Edna Bell.
Hello, hello, hello. It is Monday at 4 o'clock, so it must be the Community Bell Show. Welcome to this rainy, stormy Monday in the Detroit area. I was on my way here and I ran into all sorts of puddles and rain. And when I left home, it was okay. By the time I got halfway here, it was not okay. By the time I was almost here, it was really not okay. Lots of big puddles and thunder and lightning and wind and rain and rain and rain. But thank the Lord, I made it here safely and I'm happy about it. And because of this severe thunderstorm warning we're under, my three guests are not in the studio with me. They were scheduled to be here, but I got worried because the weather was so crazy. So I asked them to not come, but we're going to do it remotely. And so my three guests are going to be remote this afternoon, and I'm just so excited to have them with me. I have my two grandsons and my adopted grandsons, and I will introduce you to them. Cranston Young, grandson.
Um,
Hi there. How are you?
I'm doing good this evening.
Good, good. Grant Johnson, grandson number two.
How you
There's
doing?
Grant Johnson. Hello, darling. How are you?
How about you?
Great, great. And adopted grandson, Kyle Wiley.
Hi, how are you?
Kyle has been with us as long as I can remember. So that's my adopted grandson, my three musketeers. As a matter of fact, we played golf at the Sheriff Washington annual golf outing this past I guess it was in July, and we had a ball. Started raining. We had to run for the cars and everything, but I think they had a good time. It was a good day. So, welcome, young man. Welcome. I asked you to join me today because I want to hear from you about two things. I've got one young man who just graduated and is on his way to college, and I have two that just finished their first year of college. So I wanted to talk to them and have them talk to the audience and other young people who might be watching about their experiences for that first year and what you got to look to do in that first year for Cranston. But let me start with Grant Johnson. Just finished your first year. Where did you go to college your first year?
So I just finished my freshman year at Florida A&M University in Tallahassee, Florida.
All right. Kyle, how about you?
I just finished my first year at Western Michigan University in Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Okay. And now, Grant, our brother Cranston, what's coming for you?
I'll be attending Alabama A&M in the fall
All right. And where's Alabama A&M?
in Normal, Alabama.
Wow. How about that? They're all over the globe. They're going to be all over the place, but it's a blessing that they are able to do that. Grant and Kyle just finished their first years. And so I want them to talk about that first year. Kyle, talk about your first year at Western and what you thought it was going to be and what it turned out to be.
So my first year at Western was really, really good, actually, to be honest. I thought Western was gonna be more so like I guess, a secluded campus. Everybody just, does their own thing. But Western is a really tight knit community, I would say, especially amongst the African American students. It's a very good, like, cultural vibe there, I would say, like, for the African American students, but it's also like a good vibe in general. Like, the teachers, the administration, the staff, they're very, very helpful when it comes to like your grades or if you need to talk. They're a really big mental health focused school, so they're really good on mental health, like the students' mental health, mental awareness, and mental sickness. It's not as big, I would say, as U of M and Michigan State. About 50,000 students each, but Western has about 27,000. So it's like it's right in the middle. It's a good middle ground for people who don't really like big schools, but still want to be like a decent college community as well.
Oh, great, great. And what are you majoring in?
I'm majoring in biomedical sciences. I want to be a veterinarian when I grow up, so that's one of my things I want to do.
What made you want to be a veterinarian?
So growing up, I really loved animals and nature a lot. A lot of the programs like Boy Scouts with Grant and Cranston, like, it kind of explored my love for animals and nature, and I kind of just see animals as like another form of like God's beings, and like a lot of people don't really treat animals like to the same extent that they would humans because they don't really have the ability to express their own emotions and things. So I want to be able to be an advocate for like habitats and animals all over the world.
Wonderful, wonderful. Grant, how about you? How was that first year at Florida A&M?
I spent my first year at Florida A&M. I would say it was pretty good. My first year in the fall, I just really focused on school, getting acclimated to things.
Before you do that, though, let me talk about your first year. Hurricane, snow, floods, storms, and that's your first year of college. That now see it probably wasn't as traumatic for you as it was for those of us back home worrying about you, and you guys probably made it through. But we were kind of having a fit. A hurricane! Oh my God, where are we going to send it? What's going to happen? And then comes the snow in Tallahassee, Florida, of all places. And then comes the other storms that were coming through. So we're glad that you survived because we almost didn't. Just knowing you were down there and all of that. Okay, I'm sorry. I need to get that in. Go ahead and talk about your first year.
Yeah, my first year was good. My first semester in the fall, I really came down there to focus on getting acclimated to being away from home and focusing on school. And that's what I did. I ended the first semester with, I think, a 3.4. And then the second semester in the spring, I got more involved on campus. I became the secretary of Michigan Club. I joined the org called the Collegiate 100, which is a little brother org of the 100 Black Men of America. So I joined that in the spring. I'm the secretary for that as well. So and I also had a 3.8 GPA. So second semester, I really figured out how to do
You
things.
had a 3.8 GPA for your first semester. All right, we
So
like that.
yeah, I got more acclimated and I figured out things. I think I did have a good, enjoyable first year of college.
And what was it? What you thought it was going to be, or was it different?
Honestly, I don't remember what I thought it was gonna be. I knew I had friends going down there, but I didn't really expect what my relationship would become with those friends. But those friends that I did have before going, they became my brothers, and because of that, we enjoyed ourselves and had a lot of fun. So
Okay, Branson, you've heard these two young men talk about their first year. What do you expect your first year is going to be at Alabama A&M in Huntsville, Alabama?
I do expect it to be a new challenge. I do completely see it as something that I'm going to have to adapt to, especially since I've never been this far from home for this long amount of time. So I know it's going to take a little time to adjust. But I do have very high hopes for the many things that come with it, like the new clubs, the new teachers, the new atmosphere. I do think that as long as I'm able to embrace the new, I'll be able to be okay with everything going on. And I do think that with the guidance that's came from high school organizations, I'll be able to transition pretty smoothly.
Wonderful, wonderful. And one of those things I think that might help you is your work with the Cody Rouge Community Organization. What did you do with Cody Rouge?
So with that community organization, we spent a lot of time looking at the community. We spent a lot of time looking at things to help the community, but especially like stuff like the area where if you've been in the area, you can see a lot of the trash. You can see a lot of the broken down buildings. You can see how the climate has just changed from what it's been. So you see a lot of those things, and we try to pretty much reach out to the kids in that community, reach out to the people, the teens, the adults that really want to see change and do really care about what's going on. We try to introduce them to other things that can help them, you know, go to that next level and bring back what really was a community.
Where is Cody Rouge located?
So it's in Detroit. I would say it's spread out very much out west, I believe. Uh, it's very much a not that large area. It's really small when you really look at it, but the community is there, and the community does want change and to bring it back to what it should be.
And didn't you have the opportunity to go to Washington D.C. as an ambassador? What did you do when you went to D.C.?
So I went to Washington D.C. We went to well, not really advertise, but to promote a wellness center. We see that as my kids, teenagers specifically, with mental health problems, and want to provide a space where they can feel welcomed and provide a space where they can feel as if they're cared for, especially with how the area looks, especially with how the area has been treated. We want those kids to understand that there are people that are looking out. There are people that do care for what they want to become, and we want to make sure to have a wellness center for them to where they can freely express themselves and freely express what they want to be.
Wonderful, wonderful. I think Cody Rouge was a good experience. I think for you, it gave you the opportunity to go to receptions at the mayor's house and do all sorts of other community activities and meet some folks that hopefully will be helpful in the future. What are you going to major in college?
So in college, I plan to major in computer science and find a way to transition over to cybersecurity.
Oh, cybersecurity. You ought to have a job forever. Cybersecurity is going to be a big field because everybody's breaking into everybody's computer system these days, and everybody needs to have some security, particularly in hospitals, uh, places that keep medical records and personal records, banks, and even hotels and casinos, and all of those places are being attacked by folks who would mean no harm or lots of harm to people. So I suspect you're going to be able to send that on a lot of vacations because you're going to be making lots of money in this cybersecurity job, right? Okay, Grant, what are you majoring in?
I'm majoring in accounting, but I'm thinking about switching when I get back to school in the fall.
You're majoring in accounting now, and what are
Yes,
you thinking about switching to?
I'm thinking about switching to a double major in finance and economics.
Oh, okay. that would fit right in with your accounting wants because financing and economics, accounting undergirds all of those, but you need to know the financing and economics piece before, as you work with the accounting piece. When you select your majors, are there people to help you talk through that, work through that in terms of what it is you want to do, or do you just do it on your own?
Well, really, like, when you apply to the college, you have to apply like online. When you apply to the school, you have to select the major you're applying for. So it's not really like, I mean, maybe in high school you can have a guidance counselor, but for me, I just chose one that I saw interested in. I was already had interest in. I just chose that.
Okay, excellent. One of the wonderful things about these three young men, they were both, or all three, were Boy Scouts. Um, and two of them are Eagle Scouts. And now, when we say Eagle Scouts, people who don't know the Boy Scout world know that, need to know that that's the top of level. That's the top. Eagle Scout is what is the pinnacle for scouting. And Kyle and Grant are both Eagle Scouts. And particularly for African American young men, I want to say that probably only 2% of the Eagle Scouts in the country are African American young men, which is really very special because they had to go through lots of hoops to get there. We had a great ceremony for them last summer when they attained their Eagle Scout status. And those things on a resume will follow them forever and will be great assets for them as they manage their careers. Because when you go in and you send somebody a resume that says, not only have I graduated from Western Michigan University or an A&M University, I am also an Eagle Scout. That catches the attention. That not only gets you through the door, but that gets you to the first, second, and third interview. So that that's very, very important for young people because scouting has not unfortunately gain the kind of recognition it needs. In past years, it was a big thing to be in scouting. We need to get more young boys in scouting simply because it gives them a sense of worth. It gives them something to do. It trains them to do a lot of things, right, boys? Because all three of these young men were in scouting. And it's really pretty neat because Grant's father was the scout leader and still is a scout leader, as a matter of fact. They went on field trips. What kind of field trips did you guys go on, Grant?
Most notably, we went to Philmont, New Mexico, where we went backpacking.
Where
Backpack.
where in Mexico?
It's a city called Cimarron, New Mexico. It's basically
Milan, New Mexico. Oh, okay.
you get a train there, and it's a small city, and it's just really like a Boy Scout summer camp. So they have several hundreds of acres, thousands of acres. And me and Kyle, we went out there with some other boys from our troop, and we backpacked 50 miles in 5 days.
Oh, 50 miles. My. What troop were you a part of? What's the
Troop
name?
2, 3 out of North Rosedale, Michigan.
I'm sorry, say it again.
Troop 1, 2, 3 out of North Rosedale, Detroit.
Troop 123 out of North Rosedale, Detroit. And I remember many times going to events with those young guys at Troop 123 out of North Rosedale Park. Um, Lots of good times. Now, how about sports? Kyle, do you play any sports?
No, I don't play any sports currently, but I do plan on trying out to play a couple sports when I go to Western back in the fall. Definitely thinking about the soccer team, if not the soccer club or the intramural team, and then probably intramural basketball. And this might be a stretch, but I've been dabbling and kind of thinking about football, but I'm not too sure about it.
Okay, okay. How about you, Kyle, or Cranston? How about any sports?
No, not my freshman year. I do want to mainly focus on studies and see if I do have time for extracurriculars first.
Oh, good decision. Good decision. Okay, Grant, how about for you? What kind of sports?
I do play basketball quite often with my friends down at school, but outside of that, I don't play any other sports.
Well, didn't you play soccer at school at Cass?
Yeah, in high school, I played
In high
soccer.
school, you played soccer,
Since
okay,
then, I haven't picked it back
but
up.
but you haven't done any. Well, and it's good that you guys concentrated on your studies for the first semester, first year, and then you can decide if you want to do something a little bit later. And good decision, Cranston, to decide that I think I better hit the books the first year, and then if I decide to go to some kind of other sports, I will do that. That makes a lot of sense to me. Okay, now Cranston, almost time to go away. Are you ready?
I do think I'm prepared. I do think there are some stuff I still need to get a hold of, stuff I need to get clarified. But I do think, in at least in the next in the coming week, I'll be fully prepared and be fully ready to leave.
When do you leave?
I leave officially August 13th.
August 15th. Wow.
13th. 13th.
13th. Ah, August 3rd. That's only about 2 weeks away, Cran. My goodness. Yeah. All set with all, well, you're not all set yet. You're almost all set, right? Are you going to drive down or fly down?
We are driving down.
Oh, okay. That's going to be quite a road trip. Quite a road trip. Is everybody going? Morgan going also?
Yes.
Okay. And for those of you who are wondering where my fourth grandchild is, Morgan was invited to come to Yale University for 1 week for a business class for young persons who are going into their senior year. So Morgan left last Thursday. So she's in Hartford, Connecticut at Yale University for a week up there, seeing what's going on at Yale and dealing with learning kind of business acumen. And so Miss Morgan is away from us for right now, and she'll be gone for a week. Okay, I'm excited to hear that you young men are going to be such fantastic. We've got a doctor who's going to be taking care of animals. We've got a computer science person, and we've got a business person. So, Grant will take care of the business part of it. Cranston will take care and make sure the cybersecurity and the computers are okay so nobody steals their money. And Kyle will be taking care of the animals and making sure that they're all taken care of. So there's the business model right there. All the three of you can start your own business. There it is right there. there it is. So I'm just excited to be able to have all my young men here. Too bad you couldn't be in the studio with this crazy weather, but that's okay. We make things work no matter what. We make them work. So what kind of things did you think you were going to run into, Kyle, when you got to college?
A couple of things I thought I was gonna run into. Let me think. I kind of thought I was gonna run into like a self of like finding myself, which I mean I did run into that, but I kind of found myself really easily when it came to Western. In high school, I was in Kappa League, and that was like a really big, like prominent group I was in high school. And so when I got to college, I immediately knew that like I wanted to be a part of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. And so that first year, I became a part of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, the Gamma Beta chapter. So like,
You mean you pledged your freshman year?
I did pledge my.
Oh, that okay. All
Yes.
right.
And it was like I found like a sense of community with that, like not only with like Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, but with the Divine Nine in general. My mom is an AKA, a part of Alpha Kappa from Western Michigan as well. So it's kind of like a full circle moment. And then I also connected with a lot of friends, like playing basketball, just either going to the gym or even going to like I had a lot of science class, studying like a lot of molecular biology and biology. So it was just really fun.
Well, good. Cranston, aren't you a part of Kappa League also?
Yes, I was a part of Kappa League. Yes.
Yeah, you just they had their big what do you call it, the celebration when the seniors celebration just a few weeks ago, didn't you?
Yes.
And you were part of the Kappa League. My. And Grant, 100 Black Men.
Yes, I'm a part of Collegiate 100 right now.
Okay. What did they do?
We do a lot of community service, economic empowerment, health and wellness, things like that. It's giving back to the community, as a whole.
Okay. Didn't didn't I see a picture of you helping young people read?
Yeah, we did. We went to classrooms down in Tallahassee, Florida, where I go to school. We read to a class, I think second graders, and we broke. It was like 30 of us, and we broke up into different classrooms, and we read to the children in the morning.
Okay. So not only are you dealing with going to school and classes and um, getting great grades and meeting lots of people, but you're also giving back to your communities. I know Capital League is very involved in giving back, uh, and I know 100 Black Men are famous for giving back. So I'm just happy that know that my young men are going to be successful young men in their endeavors, and they're going to be giving not only taking care of themselves, but they're going to be giving back to their communities as well. That's a big part of making sure that you are maturing and taking care of you and everybody in your community, because taking care of you is a great thing, but as you move and you take care of others, that makes it even better. And I can't see my shirt very good. I'm gonna move the mic over so you can see my shirt. See, it says attitude, and attitude is the attitude people get with. That's what my baby. So I just need to show everybody my t-shirts, so that everybody knows that that these are mine. So you need not bother mine. I just want to make sure everybody knows that, all of that. For my two young men who are uh, just finished their freshman year at college, what kind of advice would you give Cranston as he goes into his freshman year? Grant, what would you tell Cranston?
What I would tell Cranston is really just take advantage of everything. I feel like in my first semester or even my first year, I kind of felt like since I already had friends and things like that, I didn't need to go to certain places. I didn't need to go to those get-togethers. There's nothing wrong going to those get-togethers, getting the free stuff, free food, but also just meeting new people. So because of that, I would just say just go to everything you can, and just be open.
Okay. Kyle, what would you suggest? What advice would you give Cranston?
I would also say the same thing. Just like be really, really open to a lot of things. Like even if like you would think something is not for you, you never know unless you try. And like especially going out to college, there's a hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of opportunities for you to explore yourself and find yourself. But also make sure you stay focused too, because it's easy to like when you don't have anybody like really watching your shoulder or like this, that, and the third. It's easy to get lost and lose track of things. But make sure you stay focused.
Great ideas, great suggestions from both of you. Great suggestions. Let me ask you about eating, because a lot of times kids go away to school and they say, "Oh, the food is horrible." Kyle, what did you find at Western? How was the food?
The food at Western was it was okay. It wasn't bad. I'm gonna be completely honest. It had some good food sometimes. Like it was good food sometimes, but sometimes I just decided I wasn't gonna eat. I would say like, but definitely, especially if you're on a meal plan, take advantage of your meal plan because it's like that's just it's food and included in your tuition. So that's like you get to eat, and you can always find something that you would like to eat there too. So.
Okay,
Oh,
excellent.
my bad. I'm sorry. Western also has like little spots on campus where you can get food with your dining dollars. So like it doesn't have to necessarily be like a dining hall. It can also be like a little food station. Like we have like a pizza place and then like a Chipotle type place and then like a Jimmy John's and stuff like that on campus. So like you can get food there as well.
Good, good. Grant, how about you? How was the food? And how did you handle the food situation?
For me, going to HBCU, I would say the food for me, yeah, I say it was pretty good. Like we had different things, like different meals every day of the week. So like I think Wednesday was fried chicken Wednesday, Friday was fried fish Friday. Every day we would have stir fry. You get the custom order, sandwich lines and things like that. So my freshman year, I ate pretty good. I didn't gain any weight, but I did.
You didn't gain any weight, but you ate though. And for this is for Grant, because Kyle, you came home for Thanksgiving, didn't you, last year?
I did come home for Thanksgiving last year. Yes, I did.
Okay, so you were close enough to come home.
Yeah.
Grant, you were not close enough to come home for Thanksgiving. So how did you handle being away from your family? The first time being away from your family for Thanksgiving, major holiday.
Well, first it was really trying to find food to eat for Thanksgiving. So thankfully, my mom ordered a ham, and I had that. And I stayed with one of my homegirls who's from Detroit actually, and she stayed in Tallahassee as well. So she woke up that Thursday morning, and she got in the kitchen making ribs, mac and cheese, green beans, everything, and cornbread. So all I did was pick the groceries, and she just handled everything else. So it was pretty good Thanksgiving.
Wow. College is real different these days. Huh? You guys had the whole Thanksgiving meal, huh?
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
Cranston, as you hear them talk about the food plans, uh, get ready to get adjust to food plans. Now, I'm going to tell a story on Cranston. Cranston likes to get up in the middle of the night and eat. So I don't know if you're going to be able to do that away in college, Cranston, unless you're going to have some stuff in your dorm room. So how is your dorm room set up? Do you have a dorm mates, or is how are the rooms set up, Cranston?
So as I've seen is that I have a roommate. It's a suite, so it is a living area, but there is two rooms that are shared by each shared by two people, and but there is still also the living space in between both.
Okay, so you have your own room, or is there you have a
No,
person?
it's still a roommate. Yeah, it's still you share a room. Yes,
Oh, you each have you share a room.
yes.
Okay. How was your dorm room, Kyle? Did you share a room? Did you have your own room?
Yes, I shared a room with a roommate. I stayed in mine was communal dorms, so like we had a community, like 4 community bathrooms, laundry space, and then like a game room and stuff like that. But then my room itself was set up where it was like my bed on one side, my clothes on one side, my roommate's clothes and stuff on one side, then like our mini fridge and stuff like that, and our microwave. So it wasn't necessarily it wasn't a suite, but like when we stepped out the room, it was like the game room slash living room. But it was also multiple other dorm rooms in the same vicinity. So yeah.
Okay. Oh, Um, Grant, how about your room?
My room was definitely different than theirs. I had a suite in my for mine. So how it worked for me was like me and my roommate, we shared a bathroom and like a sink and just like a little bathroom space. But I had my own room, but I had a door that closed to it. My roommate was next to me. He had his own room, had a door closed to it.
Oh, so you had your own room. All right.
Yeah.
How big are these rooms? Are they like as big as your bedrooms at home, or half that size?
I probably say about half that size because you get a bed, a twin size bed. I got a closet in mine up maybe like a 3 by 5 maybe, and then a desk as well. So and I had a beanbag in my room, so I made do with it. It wasn't too small, but you just got enough to do.
How about studying? Where did you study? Did you go to the library, or did you study in your room?
So in my dorm, we have like at the end of the hallway for like each dorm floor, there's like couches and tables. So I studied there, my room, and also the library a lot.
Now, all three of you have grown up having your own room, your own space. Kyle and Grant, how has it been learning to share?
I mean, I'll go first. For me, it wasn't really that bad because I had my own room, so I
Oh,
didn't really.
you had your own room.
I mean, like of course we shared a bathroom. Sometimes I would come home, be showering or something like that. But outside of that, I mean, we had different class schedules, so in the morning we wouldn't have a problem. So for me, it was perfectly fine. It was just taking the trash out and things like that.
Okay, Kyle, was it adjustment sharing?
I would say honestly, it wasn't really that bad to be completely honest. I knew my roommate before college, so
Okay.
like that made things a lot easier as well. And like Grant said, we also had different schedules. So his major is aviation, and mine was biomed. So
Okay.
like we would usually be at different class points throughout the day, and a lot of things like people say like to like really communicate with your roommate. It's like it's really important. Like he would take the trash out sometimes. I would take the trash out. I would like look for the room and things like that. And then when we were studying and things of that nature, like we would have like I'd be in the room sometimes studying, he'd be outside, and vice versa, just in case we needed to like study different things. So it was really cool. It was fun.
Okay, great. If you had to give some recommendations to young men going off to college this in the next few weeks, what would you tell them?
I would say honestly, Um, just make sure like you're watching like the type of character you are as a person. That's very important. First impressions make like the whole world. So like, don't go out and just be like, off-putting and you don't want to be talked to. Like, get to know different people, even if the people aren't like, like your type of people. Just get to know them. You never know what type of opportunities are going to be led for you by talking to other people. And also, watch how you like maintain yourself as well. Like, watch how you carry yourself as a young African American man is very important. Especially, I would say for me, because I go to a PWI. It's more like everybody's watching, not just because like you're a student, but because of your skin color and because of like what you do as well. So make sure you're on your P's and Q's, and just be yourself too.
Right. Excellent. Grant, what would you suggest? The young man going off to college.
I would say stay clean because really you live in the dorm, so the showers there all the time. So that's even more opportunity to clean your body, and then also keep your room clean because people gonna come back to your room. Nobody wants to see a dirty room, clothes on the floor, everywhere. So just make sure you keep yourself clean and hold yourself accountable.
Keep yourself clean. Keep your room clean. At least don't have clothes laying all over the floors. But okay.
Yeah, no food wrappers and things like that.
Okay. If you had to choose one or two things that you learned before you went to college, that you learned from your family, from your parents, what would it be that helped you when you finished your first year?
I'd probably say be considerate. So like living with a roommate or living around other people, you have to be understanding. So of course things come up. So definitely that. And also I feel like there's like I guess black health remedies because going to school you get sick living in a dorm room. So having to know what to take and how to feel better, hope being able to keep yourself healthy, that was really important for my second semester or my first semester because living in that dorm I got sick a few times.
Someone just asked me a question, and I must apologize because I don't have my glasses on. I can't see it.
Um,
How would you compare your professors to your high school teacher?
You asking me or
I imagine you and Kyle. So
I'll
you
go.
can go first.
I would say my professors compared to my high school teachers, my professors are definitely much more laid back. They always say what you do in college in high school won't work in college. It definitely does. I feel like because our professors they show the class late. They're really easy, they're really laid back. They understand what college students they understand what we're doing. So they definitely are understanding when we communicate. I feel like the material is definitely harder. You have to push yourself more, but that's just a part of the process because we are paying for school at this point.
And Kyle?
Yeah, I would also say the same thing. Like they do say like what you do in high school won't slide in college, but it definitely slid for me in college for sure. Like a lot of my professors were very, very understanding of like a lot of different things, like tons and tons. There's so many different reasons and obligations in college than there are in high school, and they were very, very understanding. One of my teachers actually was sick, and he was like, we have this exam tomorrow, but I'm sick, so we're just not going to do the exam at all, and we're just gonna move past that. So when I see you guys in a couple of days, we'll just pick up into the next lesson, and you guys will get half credit, but it'll be full credit. So that was fine by me.
I'm sure it was. That was a wonderful thing.
That was great. That was amazing.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
What was the one thing your parents told you when you left for college that you remember and that really really helped you out?
One thing that my parents told me was like, it was just really to be safe. Because again, like you're not coming home every day. Like you're not coming back to your house every day. You're going to a new environment, different city, different people. There's a lot of things like, especially in college towns, people know that college students are going there. So it's really easy to get like, tricked and this, that, and the third. But they were just telling me to be safe and to make sure I stay ahead of everything and to be more responsible. So
Okay. Grant, what about you? What's the one thing your parents told you you went away to college that you thought was going to be good? That
The
helped.
last thing my parents told me when they moved me out of my into my dorm was think for
They
yourself.
moved you out. But then you sound like they put you out.
I mean, that's what it was, but man, they just told me to
That's
think.
what it was. Ah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
They said think for myself. That was really what they kept
Think,
reiterating
think for yourself.
because I'm at school to get my degree. That's the main focus. So making sure I stay on track to do that. That was really what they wanted me to do.
Okay. Think for yourself. That's a great one. Make decisions that are important and make good decisions. Make decisions based on where you come from, what you've learned, what your family values are, what you've learned from church, what you've learned from school, and what you've learned from your community. Make good decisions, and you are all equipped to make good decisions because you're all smart young men. You didn't all three of you go to Bates Academy?
Yes.
All three of you went to Bates Academy. Didn't all three of you go to Cass Tech?
Yeah.
Yes. All three of you went to Cass. And now you're off to college and you're doing great things. And I'm going to expect you to continue to do great things. Cranston, have your parents given you that talk yet about what you should do when you go away? The one thing that they're telling you that you have to remember to do? Have they given that to you yet, Cranston? I think,
Sorry. Are you
I
on my
think, can you hear me?
internet? Can you reset the question?
Yeah. What's the one thing your parents have told you so far that you should remember to do? The one suggestion they've given you as you go away to college, like what is that one thing that they've told you to remember? I I think your connection is frozen. So when it comes back, we'll come back. We'll come back when it shows up again. Let me go back to Kyle and Grant or Cranston, Kyle and Grant, and ask the two of them uh, as you go back for your second year of college. What are you looking forward to next year? You finished the first year. Now, what are you looking forward to doing this second year, Kyle?
I'm honestly looking forward to getting more into my major, more in depth into my major. I took a lot of, I'm not gonna lie, I took a lot of placement classes the first semester, but they
Well,
were still, yeah, I took a lot of placement.
I know that move.
Yeah, I did. I'm gonna be completely honest, but I'm really excited to get deep into my major. I know like a lot of the classes I have will have like lab sessions where we'll be actually like, doing things within the lab and then going outside. And I'm really excited about that. And I'm also more excited to get more into campus as well. Already with my fraternity, I know we're going to be having a couple events, but I am also excited to join other organizations that fit within my character and what I like to do that will like, propel me around campus and be able to like, show my face at different events and that's what I'm excited for, and meeting new people too.
Wonderful. Grant, how about you? What are you looking forward to for this second year?
I definitely say like the same thing as Kyle, more academic success. I feel like my first year was more fun and getting to the hang of things, and the second year I'm trying to be for a good internship somewhere in the country, as well as just getting more involved inside of my actual school of business. So, yeah.
Have you got an internship, a job this summer, Grant?
Yes, this summer I've been interning with the Wayne County Management and Budget as a project consultant.
Oh, so you're in the finance department in in your major.
Yes, ma'am.
And how has that gone for you?
This summer has been really good. Honestly, I've definitely been more hands-on with like the budget and going to meetings and hearings and things like that. Just figuring out what they do and getting more involved in the finance and economics world.
Okay. All righty. Cranston, are you back? I think the weather might have done something to the connection out there, and he can't
Yes,
hear. Are you back, Cranston?
I'm back though.
You're back. Okay,
Yes,
very good. All righty.
yes.
And now the question was, what's the one thing your parents have told you that you should remember for this first year of college?
So one main thing they told me is that always start off strong. They said make sure first semester you make sure you hit the books. Don't really think about much else. You know what you're there for. You're there for education. That's why you spend money. That's why you're doing all this is so you can get the education that you're trying to achieve. So hit the book strong, and then as long as you start off strong, everything else should be easier.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now the last one, we've got an election coming up. Cranston, Grant, Kyle, Cranston isn't 18 yet, so he won't be voting in this current election, but he will be 18 for the general election in November. So what we need to do is make sure we get you registered to vote before you
Actually,
leave.
I am registered to vote actually, and I will be able to vote on this in this current election.
Oh, excuse me, you're registered. All right, very good. Excuse me. Grant and Kyle, you're both registered to vote, and I know you're going to be voting in the primary next Tuesday, right? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I see heads nodding. That means yes. Okay, and then you'll make arrangements to vote absentee for November because you'll all be away at school then, so you'll have to vote absentee, and you'll all make. That's important to me and important to you to make sure that you vote and that all of the young men that you are around vote. So I want you to encourage all of them to get out, vote. If you've got a favorite candidate, go work for that favorite candidate. Do a little volunteer work. Uh, you'll love it. Grant, you've done it before. I know Cranston has done it before. And Kyle, I'm sure you've done it before. So all of you get out there, find whoever that candidate is, support them, but make sure you get to the polls and vote. That is so important for now and for your future and for the future of generations to come, so that we make sure you're involved in the political process. Any final comments? Grant.
I'd like to say thank you for having me on the show, and this has really been good. I like speaking to you and the other men on this panel. So I want to say thank you for having me.
All right. Kyle?
I want to say the same thing. I appreciate the opportunity, and of course, I love talking to you, of course. And it was fun, and I'm excited to go back for the next year. And for Grant and Cranston, I'm excited for you guys as well.
Wonderful. And Cranston, final comments? Lost him again. The signal is bad because of the weather, I'm pretty sure. Thank you so much, guys. Love you dearly. Now, we're going to make this an annual event.
Yes. Again, thank you for the. Oh.
You're back? Okay. I got you. Okay. We're going to make this an annual event because we're going to follow you back. Go ahead.
All right. But yeah, I'm very happy to be here on the panel. Thank you for the opportunity, as well as the chance to get the information from current college students going into their second year, especially with me going into my freshman year. It was great information for me to get.
Oh, thank you so much. I am just so proud of all three of you. We're going to follow you. We're going to have an accountant, a cybersecurity guy, and then we're going to have a veterinarian, and we're going to follow you. So every year, just get ready to come on the show and talk about what that previous year has been like and what the future is going to be for you guys. And we know the future is going to be bright because God is going to bless all three of you. Thank you so much. Thank you, audience. This has been the Community Bell Show, and you have listened to my grandsons. They are all wonderful. They are going to be great examples of what young Black men should be doing. Have a great day. We'll see you next Monday, Community Bell Show, 4:00. Have a great week. And don't forget to vote.
Thank you for listening to Community Bell with your host, former Wayne County Commissioner Edna Bell. This broadcast was brought to you by WVTC Radio Detroit. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, our website, www.wvtcradio.com, or download our WVTC app from the Play Store for Android users and the App Store for iPhone users. If you've enjoyed this broadcast, tell a friend to tune in. We'll see you next Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern to the Community Bell Show, right here on WVTC Radio Detroit.
Hey, Detroit! The Detroit chapter of the Gospel Music Workshop of America. Women's choir is calling all gospel singing ladies. Join us as we prepare for another powerful concert on Sunday, October 19th at 4 p.m. This is a citywide call for 100 plus women who love to lift up the name of Jesus through song. Come, rehearse, connect, and sing with us. Rehearsals are happening at Craig Memorial Tabernacle, 14201 Puritan Avenue, Detroit. Evangelist Santa Rose is your choir coordinator, and Dr. Iris Taylor is the Detroit chapter chairperson. Let's make a joyful noise together. See you at rehearsal.
Listen, I'm here at Elmar's Furs. I need you to understand, if you can't get in the store, you can always shop online. And when you shop online, you want to make sure that you follow him on social media, on all social media. And if you're looking for the website, it's elmarfurs.com. Listen, Instagram, Facebook, we're looking for you. He's got sales, and he's got a payment option for you that's going to meet your very need. It's going to benefit you because you'll get in on the sales. So listen, make sure you come or visit us online, elmarfurs.com.
Detroit, the birthplace of soul, the heartbeat of gospel music. But our gospel music legacy is at risk of fading into obscurity. The Detroit Gospel Music Legacy Foundation is on a mission to preserve our history, to ensure that the voices of our pastors, the harmonies of our choirs, quartets, and soloists live on for generations to come. But we can't do it alone. We need your help. If you have Detroit church archives, obituaries, concert souvenir booklets, gospel LPs, radio shows, cassettes, or sheet music, don't let them vanish. We'll digitize and preserve these treasures at no cost to you, and we'll return them to you, keeping our promise to honor our history. Reach out to us at DetroitGospelMusicLegacy@gmail.com and start your donation process. Together, let's ensure that the soul of Detroit lives on. Donate your gently used items to the Detroit Gospel Music Legacy Foundation today.
Go to your Apple or Google Play Store and download the WVTC Gospel Radio app today. You can also say, Alexa, play WVTC Radio Skills.
Would you like to play WVTC Radio Network?
Absolutely. Download it today.
You're listening to WVTC Gospel Radio Detroit, and we're flowing in the Spirit.